morning students. Today I am going to start a new lesson. Actually this is second chapter. The name of the chapter is polynomials. 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 Okay, first of all I want to explain the definition of algebraic expression. We know that an algebraic expression is a collection of or combination of constants and variables of one or more terms which are separated by the fundamental operations like plus, minus, into and division. Or the variables and constants are connected by the four fundamental operations. Such expression is known as algebraic expression. For example, x is a variable, 2 is a constant, these two are connected with into. So y is another variable. So these two are connected by plus, by z square. So 2x plus y by z square is called an algebraic expression. Okay. Algebraic expression means expression involving constants and variables, or constants and variables are mixed with any four fundamental operations. So x connected with into symbol, and y and this term is connected with plus symbol. X means I can say x square plus y. So this is also another algebraic expression. This is an algebraic expression. Algebraic expression. Yeah, terms of an algebraic expression. Each part of an algebraic expression which are separated by plus sign or minus sign is called the terms of algebraic expression. It's important to remember that the division sign or multiplication sign does not separate the terms of an algebraic expression. So an algebraic expression containing terms means you need to search for the symbols plus and minus. For example, 2x, 2 into x, y. Between these two plus symbol is there. Now you can say that this is an algebraic expression containing two terms, namely 2x and y. So terms means we need to search for the symbols plus and minus. For example, 2x square by y plus 7x plus 4 by z given. Okay. So this is an algebraic expression because simply it is involving variables and constants. X, y, z are variables, 2, 7, 4 are constant, they are connected by into, plus, division. Okay. So here we need to identify how many terms are there. So I am writing expression like this: 2x square y plus 7x by z plus 4 by z. Now you can say that this algebraic expression containing three terms, namely 2x square by y, 7x by z and 4 by z. Okay. So this is the concept of term of an algebraic expression. Yeah. Next, types of algebraic expressions. The algebraic expressions are classified according to the number of terms. The algebraic expressions are classified according to the number of terms involved in that algebraic expression. For example, 2x. This is also an algebraic expression containing only one term. Such algebraic expressions are named by monomials. Monomial means an algebraic expression containing only one term. 2x by z given. So this is an algebraic expression. This algebraic expression contains only one term, namely 2x by z. So it is also another monomial. For example, 2x plus y given. This is algebraic expression. So plus symbol. So here 2x and y are connected with plus symbol, means there are two terms. So you can say that this algebraic expression having two terms, such algebraic expressions are named by binomial. Binomial means an algebraic expression containing two terms. Similarly, 2x square minus 3x by y plus z is given. So this is also another algebraic expression. This algebraic expression containing three terms, namely 2x square and 3x by y and z. Or in other words, you can say 2x square minus 3x by y plus z. Expression containing three terms is called trinomial. One term monomial, two terms binomial, trinomial. An algebraic expression containing three or more than three terms, you can call it as multinomial. Yeah, first one is monomial. an algebraic expression with consists of one non-zero term only is called monomial. Yeah, second one, binomial. An algebraic expression with consists of two non-zero terms is called a binomial. Trinomial. An algebraic expression of three non-zero terms only is called a trinomial. Last one, multinomial. An algebraic expression of two terms or more than three terms is called a multinomial. So all binomials and trinomials are treated as multinomials. Okay students, actual concept is polynomials. So first of all you want to know what the definition of a polynomial. Okay, x square plus 4x by y plus 3 is an algebraic expression containing three terms. X cube plus 4xy plus 9 is algebraic expression containing three terms. X square plus 7 by z, algebraic expression containing two terms. Now polynomial is also a special type of algebraic expression. Polynomial is an algebraic expression in which the powers of variables are non-negative integers. Non-negative integers means whole numbers. Power should be whole numbers. Such algebraic expression is named a polynomial. See here, see this example. Here two variables are involved, namely x and y. The power of the variable is 3. The power of this variable is 1. The power of this variable is 1. Only we need to see the powers of variables. Okay. So all are non-negative integers. All are whole numbers. So we can call this is a polynomial. Okay. See this one, x square plus 4xy plus 3. Actually this can be written as x square plus 4x into y power minus 1 plus 3. Okay. So this is algebraic expression. This algebraic expression is not a polynomial because the power of this variable is non-negative integer. Okay. The power of this variable is 1 non-negative integer. Okay. The power of this variable is negative integer. That's why this algebraic expression not taken as a polynomial. This is only algebraic expression. Understood? Means that polynomial is a special type of algebraic expression. Every polynomial is algebraic expression, but every algebraic expression need not become a polynomial. See in this example also, x square by z plus 7 by z, x square into z power minus 1 plus 7 into z power minus 1. So this is one algebraic expression, not a polynomial, because the variable z containing negative integer as a exponent. That's why it is not a polynomial. Okay. For example, see x square plus 7 root xy plus 7 z square is given. So this is also not a polynomial. This is said to be only algebraic expression because the power of x is 1 by 2. Actually this can be written as x square plus 7 into x power 1 by 2 into y plus 7 z square. In this first term the variable is x, its power is 2. In second term involving two variables, namely x and y, the power of x is 1 by 2, which is not a whole number. Okay. So that's why total algebraic expression not treat as a polynomial. So this is only algebraic expression, not a polynomial. Final definition of a polynomial. Polynomial is an algebraic expression in which the powers of variables which are involved in that expression should be non-negative integers. Here one example problem. Identify which of the following are polynomials. See first one. First of all you want to see the powers of variables. X, okay, 2 whole number. X and y, 1 whole numbers. Minus 2. This is the power of constant, not a power of variable. So all the powers of variables are non-negative integers. So this is a polynomial. See second one, x square by square whole number, 2 whole number, 1 whole number. But 4 by x square, actually this can be written as x square y plus 4 into x power minus 2 plus 3. So minus 2, the power of variable is negative integer. So it is not a polynomial, only algebraic expression. This is algebraic expression as well as polynomial. Okay, see next third one, x plus x power minus 1 you can write. So power of this variable is 1, okay, the power of this variable is minus 1, which is not a whole number, therefore this is also not a polynomial, only algebraic expression. Here z power 2 is a whole number, x power 1 is whole number, but 3 by 2 is not whole number, so this is not a polynomial, this is only algebraic expression. Okay students, next one is an important concept, that is degree of polynomial. The highest power of the variable in a polynomial of one variable is called its degree. For example, 2x square, 2x cube plus 4x power 7 plus 9, 3x square plus 4x plus 4. So these are polynomials. So this polynomial involving only one variable. What is the power of that variable is taken as its degree. So 2. So you can say that this is the polynomial of degree 2. So another example here, 2x cube plus 4x power 7 plus 9 given. This is also polynomial only, involving only one variable. The highest power of the variable is taken as degree. Or in other words, you can say that find the degree of each term. So degree of this term is 3, degree of this term is 7, here constant, no variable, you can say that degree is 0. Okay, among 3, 7, 0, 7 is highest, you can say that this 7th degree polynomial, 7th degree polynomial in x. Okay, see this example, and this one also involving only one variable. So 3x square plus 4x plus 4. So first term degree is 2, second term degree is 1, third term degree 0, among 2, 1, 0, 2 is the highest, then 2 is taken as the degree of this polynomial. In this way, you can find the degree of a polynomial involving one variable. Okay, if a polynomial involving more than one variable, how to find? See here, 2x square y, 2x square plus 4x square y plus z, 2x power 4 plus 3xy plus 9. So what happened? This is polynomial only, polynomial in two variables. This is also polynomial only, polynomial in two variables. So this is also polynomial in two variables. Or I can take z, polynomial in three variables. Okay, if polynomial is involving more than one variable, how to find a degree? Just this is a polynomial containing one term, I can call monomial. Okay, so first of all we need to find the degree of this monomial. So this monomial containing two variables x and y, the degree of x is 1, the degree of y is 1, their summation is taken as the degree of that monomial, means 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 is said to be the degree of this polynomial. Okay, so you know that every polynomial is an algebraic expression, that's why I can call this monomial also, no problem. So take this polynomial involving three terms, we want to find degree, involving two variables, try to find degree of each term, find the degree of this term, that is 2, find the degree of second term, just now explain, if in a monomial involving two or more than two variables, just sum of their exponents is taken as its degree. So 2 plus 1, 3, third degree, this is third degree, this is second degree, this is z power 1, first degree, 2, 3, 1, 3 is the highest, therefore 3 is taken as the degree of the second polynomial. Okay, here also, this fourth degree, this is second degree, 1 plus 1, 2, second degree, 1, first degree, 4, 2, 1, 4 is highest, then you can say that 4 is the degree of this polynomial or fourth degree polynomial. In this way, you can find the degree of polynomials. Means degree of polynomial involving one variable, degree of polynomials involving more than one variable. For example, 2x square is given. 2 is the degree of this polynomial. 2x square y given. 3 is the degree of this polynomial. 2 into x power 10 y z square plus 7x is given. So two terms are there. You need to find degree of each term separately. This degree is 1. A degree, three variables are involved into. So x, y, z, 10, 1, 2, 13. 13 is taken as the degree of the total polynomial. Important note. A 7 is given. We want to find its degree. Definition: highest power of variable is called degree. Variable only not there. Okay. In generally, you can write like this: x power 0 or y power 0 or z power 0, provided x is not equal to 0. So this, now you can say that degree of this polynomial is 0. That's why degree of constant polynomials are taken as 0. Take any constant polynomial. 2020 is a polynomial. It's called constant polynomial. You can call its degree is 0. Another important note. 0. 0 is also polynomial. Now we need to find what the degree of this polynomial. Important one, interesting one. 0 is a polynomial whose degree is undetermined. You can't, because 0 can be written as 0 into x power 1, I can write 0 only. 0 into x power 2, I can write. 0 into x square into y cube, I can write. Means you can't determine the degree of this polynomial. That's why 0 is a polynomial whose degree is undetermined. Okay students, next one is classification of polynomials. Algebraic expressions are classified according to number of terms. So if algebraic expression containing one term is called monomial, two terms binomial, three terms trinomial, more than three terms, we can call it as a multinomial. Like that, polynomials are classified according to their degrees. Okay, observe here. 2x plus 3 is a polynomial involving one variable. 2x square plus 4x plus 3 is another polynomial involving one variable. 2x cube plus 7x square plus 1, another polynomial involving one variable. Okay, observe here. This is a polynomial of degree 1. If a degree of a polynomial is 1, such polynomial is named by linear polynomial. So this is the linear polynomial. 2x plus 3 is a linear polynomial. Okay. See second one. This is second degree polynomial in variable x. Second degree polynomials are known as quadratic polynomials. Polynomial with degree 2 are called quadratic polynomials. Degree 3 are called cubic polynomials. Degree 4 are called biquadratic polynomials. Okay. Like that, if degree is more than 5 also have some names, but simply you can say that it is a polynomial of degree 4, it is a polynomial of degree 5, it is a polynomial of degree 7, like that. Okay. So this is the linear polynomial involving one variable. For example, say ax plus by plus c given. This is also linear polynomial only, but two variables are involved here. Here x and y variables, a, b, c are arbitrary constants. Should know what the difference between constants and variables and arbitrary constants. That is not a big problem. Ax plus by plus c is a linear polynomial because this is a polynomial only whose degree is 1. Okay, so this is taken as standard form of linear polynomial involving two variables. Ax plus b is taken as standard form of linear polynomial involving one variable. Ax plus by plus cz plus d, some constant. This is standard form of linear polynomial involving three variables. Okay, this is about linear polynomial, means polynomial with one degree is called linear polynomial. Second degree, here see, 2x square plus 4x plus 3. This is a polynomial, second degree, involving one variable. So any polynomial having second degree is called quadratic polynomial. Or you can more generally you can say that this is second degree polynomial involving variable x. We should say like that. For example, 2x square plus 4xy plus 7y square plus 7x, something given like that. This is also quadratic polynomial only. Quadratic polynomial in two variables. Because see, second degree, second degree, second degree, first degree. Totally second degree. Totally you can say that it's polynomial of second degree. So this is said to be second degree polynomial involving two variables x and y. Okay. So this is third degree polynomial called cubic polynomial involving one variable. Now I want to write what is the standard form of second degree polynomial involving one variable. Ax square plus bx plus c is said to be quadratic polynomial or second degree polynomial in x, provided a is not equal to 0. If a equal to 0, this may be linear or it may be constant. Understood? That's why here a not equal to 0. So this is the standard form of second degree polynomial in x. So ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, this is the standard form of third degree polynomial in x. Here also a should not be equal to 0. If a equal to 0, it may be second degree or first degree or constant, depend upon a, b, c, d values. That's why here a should not be equal to 0. This is called third degree polynomial. Listen, this is the standard form of nth degree polynomial involving one variable x, provided a naught is not equal to 0. A naught not equal to 0. If a naught equal to 0, it may be n minus 1 or n minus 2 or depend upon values of a1, a2, so on, an. So that's why here a naught is not equal to 0. Then this is said to be nth degree polynomial in x or nth degree polynomial involving the variable x. Here a naught comma a1 comma a2 so on an are called coefficients. So if these are real numbers, then this polynomial is called real polynomial. Means coefficients are real numbers. Such a polynomial is called real polynomial. Why I am saying real number? Sometimes coefficient may be complex numbers also. If your coefficients are real numbers, the polynomial is called real polynomial. In our chapter, in second chapter, polynomials, polynomial means real polynomial only. Means coefficients are only real numbers. Okay. If a naught comma a1 comma a2 comma so an are pure rational numbers, then such a polynomial is named by rational polynomial. Means coefficients are pure rational numbers. Such a polynomial is named by rational polynomial. If a naught comma a1 comma a2 so on an are only integers or pure integers, such a polynomial is named by integral polynomial, important polynomial for Olympiad point of view. Integral polynomial. Integral polynomial means the coefficients are only integers. Okay. So in this way you can define a standard form of a standard form of a nth degree polynomial involving one variable. So important notation. This is a polynomial involving x. So the value, for example, 2x plus 3 is a polynomial. This polynomial value is depend upon x. X changes, the value will change. X is 1, the expression value is 5. X is 2, the expression value is 7. And the value of 2x plus 3 is depend upon 7. So let it be k, for example. Sometimes generally you can take as a y. 2x plus 3 equal to y. The value of y is depend upon value of x. So generally in maths we are using two types of variables, say x and y. One variable is depend upon another. For example, here y is in this situation, x is depend upon y also depend upon x. But assume that here y is depend upon x, then y is called a dependent variable, x is called independent variable. Generally in mathematics, if two variables are connected by the relation f of x equal to y, then y is called function with respect to x. Y is called function with respect to x. So this is said to be, for example, y. The y value is depend upon the value of x only. So here y is dependent, x is independent. Now I can solve y is a. Now I can call y is a function with respect to x, or I can say x means y means this total. This is said to be function in x, or sometimes simply you can write this is f of x. In this chapter, f of x means this one only. F of x means a naught into x power n plus a1 into x power n minus so on. F of x stand for nth degree polynomial involving one variable x. 0 of the polynomial. This is important. 0 of the polynomial. Okay. F of x is a polynomial. F of x is a polynomial. You don't know what the degree. Just f of x is a polynomial. Okay, if there exists a complex number alpha such that f of alpha equal to 0, then this alpha is called one of the 0 of that polynomial. Once again listen, f of x is a polynomial in x. If there exists a complex number alpha so that f of alpha equal to 0, then such alpha is called one of the 0 of that polynomial. I will explain through example. So for example, f of x equal to x minus 2 given. Okay, what values of x, f of x becomes 0. Such x should find. So instead of x you write 2, f of 2, 2 minus 2, 0. F of 2 equal to 0. That's why this 2 is called 0 of the polynomial f of x or 0 of the polynomial x minus 2. See here, f of x is a polynomial. If there exists a complex number alpha, so that f of alpha equal to 0. Instead of x, you need to write alpha. If total value is equal to 0, then that replacement value is called 0 of that polynomial. In this example, 2 is the 0 of this polynomial. For example, x square minus 4 is a polynomial. We want to find 0 of this polynomial. Means you want to find a value of x so that x square minus 4 becomes 0. Understood? Or generally, x square minus 4 should be equal to 0. Such x value should find. Means what is the meaning of this? X is equal to 4. X is equal to plus or minus 2. Oh, we can say that 2 and minus 2 are the zeros of this polynomial. 2 and minus 2. 2 and minus 2 are the zeros of this polynomial. Okay. Next, see here. X plus 7 given is a polynomial. We need to find 0 of that polynomial. 0 means what values of x? This expression becomes 0. So instead of x you write minus 7. Minus 7 plus 7, 0. That's why minus 7 is the 0 of that polynomial. So interesting example. Observe here. X cube plus 1 given. X cube plus 1 given. What should write instead of x so that this becomes 0? Obviously you can say that x equal to minus 1. Okay. X cube equal to minus 1. X is equal to cube root of minus 1. Cube root of minus 1 is a real number. You know that. Square root of minus 1 is a real number. Fourth root of minus 1 is not a real number. But cube root of minus 1 is a real number. Fifth root of minus 1 is a real number. So value also equal to minus 1 only. So x is equal to minus 1. So I can say that minus 1 is the one of the 0 of this polynomial. Why I am saying one of? Important note. Fundamental theorem of algebra saying that any nth degree polynomial involving one variable should have n zeros, not more than n zeros. Once again listen. Fundamental theorem of algebra saying that any nth degree polynomial involving one variable should have n zeros, not more than n zeros. See here, this is first degree polynomial, should have 1 0, minus 7. Okay. This second degree polynomial should have 2 zeros. Okay, 2 comma minus 2. Okay, but what happened here? This third degree polynomial. This is third degree polynomial. Should have 3 zeros. But what you got? We got only 1 0. What is the meaning here? That you are getting 1 0. What happened to remaining 2 zeros? Means remaining 2 are complex zeros. So by using this method, you can find real zeros. Means equating to 0. So you can find real zeros. So x cube plus 1 given. We want to find 0. What I did? X cube plus 1 equated to 0. X cube equal to minus 1. X equal to cube root of minus 1. X equal to minus 1. So what I got here? One of the 0 is minus. Why I am saying one of the 0? Because you should have 3 zeros. According to fundamental theorem of algebra. But you are getting only 1 0. Remaining 2 are complex. How to find them? By using factorization method, or otherwise we can find. I will explain you. Actually in this chapter we need to find 0 0 means only real zeros. Okay. But just I want to explain. X cube minus 1 is given. Find the zeros of this polynomial. Generally you can say that x cube minus 1 equal to 0, x cube equal to 1, x cube root of 1, cube root of 1 1. Okay, so you can say that 1. Okay, this is one of the 0, but not all. We need to get 3 zeros because this third degree. Yeah, observe here. x cube minus 1 cube I can write. Already you know that the formula for a cube minus b cube, that is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. Like that, this can written as x minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1. Okay. Actually, we want to find what values of x this expression equal to 0. That is called 0. It is enough to find what values of x this product becomes 0. Understood? So, x minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0 means x minus 1 equal to 0 or x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So, x is equal to 1 or. So, this is quadratic. You know how to solve quadratic by using formula x equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square 1 minus 4ac 1 into 1 by 2a 2 into 1. So what happened on here? I want to write here x is equal to minus 1 plus or minus root over minus 3 by 2. Root over minus 3 not a real number, it is a complex number. Okay, or another way I can say that the zeros are minus 1 plus or minus root 3 I you can write, because already you know that iota means root over minus 1, I root over minus 1. So root over 3 into root over minus 1. So root over 3 into I can write. So by 2. Therefore here what are the zeros means minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 1 0, minus 1 minus root 3i by 2 another 0 and 1 is another 0. That's why we are getting 3 zeros only. Among these 3, 1 is real, remaining 2 are complex. Okay. So, nth degree polynomial involving one variable should have n zeros, not more than n zeros. Okay. This is third degree polynomial. It should have 3 zeros, namely 1 minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 comma minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. This is the concept of 0 of a polynomial. Student, don't confuse with the sentence 0 of the polynomial, 0 polynomial. Different. 0 of the polynomial, 0 polynomial. 2x plus 7, 0. 0 of the polynomial means minus 7. 0 of this polynomial. 0 of this polynomial. This is 0 polynomial. 0 polynomial. Polynomial name 0 polynomial. Here 0 of the polynomial. That's why 0 of the polynomial differ from 0 polynomial. Okay, student, just we learned about 0 of a polynomial. Now next one is, what is the geometrical meaning of 0 of a polynomial? Okay, next concept, geometrical meaning of 0 of a polynomial. X plus 2 is a polynomial in one variable. What is the 0 of this polynomial means? I can say minus 2. But geometrical meaning you want. Okay. Yeah. X plus 2 is depend upon x only. X is changes, x plus 2 change. Let the value of x plus 2 is y. Now I can say that the value of y is depend upon the value of x, because here y is made as a subject. The value of y is depend upon the value of x. Okay. Now here two variables are there with us. This is called a linear equation in two variables. Everyone know how to draw the graph of linear equation in two variables. First of all, you need to prepare a table, solution table. Okay. X is equal to minus 3, y is equal to minus 1. X is minus 2, y is 0. X is minus 1, y is 1. X is 0, y is 2. X is 1, y is 3. Means minus 3 comma minus 1, minus 2 comma 0, minus 1 comma 1, 0 comma 2, 1 comma 3 are some solutions of this linear equation x plus 2 equal to y. Okay. You know that every ordered pair gives a dot on the coordinate plane. So this is coordinate plane, or in your language a graph paper. This is x axis, this is y axis, this is origin. So this is called coordinate plane. This is called x-axis. This is called y-axis. On this coordinate plane, every dot followed by ordered pair and vice versa. For every ordered pair, there is a dot. Okay. For example, this dot followed by ordered pair a comma b means this ordered pair says the position of this point with respect to these two intersecting lines or these two perpendicular lines. So this ordered pair saying that this point is a units from y-axis. From here draw perpendicular, length of this line segment becomes mod a. B saying that this point is b units from x-axis. B units from x-axis. This is mod b. Why I am saying mod? Sometimes in ordered pair components may be negatives. For example, minus 2 comma 3 given. So you can say that 2 units from x-axis and 3 units from x-axis, but this is the left hand side of the y-axis. That is not a big problem. So every ordered pair followed by dot on the coordinate plane and vice versa. So this dot followed by ordered pair a comma b. The use of the ordered pair is by using that ordered pair you can say the position of that point with respect to both the axes. For example, you consider this point. This dot should follow the ordered pair. This dot is 2 units from y-axis, 2 units, 2 comma, 1 unit from x-axis, 1. I can say this is 2 comma 1. Geometrical meaning of 0 of a polynomial. X plus 2 is a polynomial is given. You want to find its 0. That is minus 2. But graphical meaning you want. That's why the result value or x plus 2 is taken as y. So now this becomes a linear equation in 2 variables. I found some solutions. The solutions are by mean of ordered pairs. Every ordered pair gives a dot on coordinate plane. Plot all those ordered pairs. Then you get the graph of this linear function. Okay, students. So these are some of the solutions of this linear equation. Every solution represents a dot on the coordinate plane. Just plot them. Minus 3 comma minus 1. Minus 3 minus 1 somewhere here. Minus 2 comma 0 here. Minus 1 comma 1 here. 0 comma 2 here. 1 comma 3 here. Actually, when you take all ordered pairs, here x and y are real numbers. You can take x equal to, actually here I took x equal to 1. Actually you need x equal to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. You get infinitely many x means there are infinitely many y's. So you get infinitely many ordered pairs. If you take all those ordered pairs, so your graph will be like this. So this is the graph of x plus y equal to 2, x plus 2 equal to y, or y is equal to x plus 2. Okay, observe here. This line intersecting the y-axis at the point 0, 2. This line intersecting the x-axis at the point minus 2, 0. But generally, what is the 0 of x plus 2, Nana? 0 of x plus 2 is minus 2. Oh, geometrical meaning of 0 of x plus 2 is the x coordinate of point of intersection of y equal to x plus 2 with the x-axis. Means x coordinate of the point where the graph y equal to x plus 2 intersect the x-axis. Its x coordinate is taken as the 0 of that polynomial. Understood? So x plus 2 is given. We want to find its 0 graphically. The result is taken as y. Draw the graph of y equal x plus 2 where this graph intersect x axis. From that x coordinate is taken as its 0. Understood? So generalization. We want to find 0 of the polynomial f of x. So f of x is taken as y. Now this is equation in 2 variables. It may be second degree or it may be third degree, whatever it may be. Now draw the graph of y is equal to f of x. Okay, for example, this is the graph of that y is equal to f of x. Now identify where that graph intersects the x-axis. For example, it intersects x-axis at 7, 0 and minus 2, 0. For example, 7 and minus 2 are taken as the zeros of that polynomial. Understood? So we want to find the zeros of polynomial f of x. We need to draw the graph of y is equal to f of x, where that graph intersects x-axis. From those points, x coordinates are taken as the zeros of that polynomial. Okay, 0 of the polynomial f of x is the x coordinate of the point where y is equal to f of x intersect the x-axis. Find the number of zeros. Number, just to number, how many zeros are there. Find the number of zeros of the polynomial f of x where the graph of y is equal to f of x is given below. By using these graphs, you want to identify how many zeros exist for the given polynomial. First one. So this is the graph of y equal to f of x. So this graph is never intersect the x-axis because this parallel to x-axis. Never intersect. Means that you can say that no zeros. No zeros. No zeros for that polynomial. Observe here. This polynomial is intersecting x-axis at only one point. Only 1 0. 1 0. Exists for that polynomial. 1 0 sense important note here. What you are counting, our counting is number of zeros, number of real zeros only, number of real zeros. They may be contained in complex, but this is a real plane, coordinate plane means real plane. Okay, on this real plane only the graphs are given. So I am finding the only real zeros only, not complex zeros. So 1 0 means don't think that total polynomial having only 1 0, that is not correct. So 1 real 0. 1 real 0, no real 0. Here see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 real zeros. Here 2 real zeros. This is important. This is important example. This is important example. Most of the students saying that there are 2 zeros. But wrong. 3 real zeros. 3 real zeros. Observe here. This curve intersecting the x-axis at this point and touching x-axis at another point. For example, this point is minus 2 comma 0. This is 7 comma 0. For example, actually the roots, the zeros are minus 2 and 7 and 7. Repeated zeros. If any curve touch the x-axis at the point alpha comma 0, we can say that zeros of that polynomial are taken as alpha comma alpha. Real zeros are taken as the polynomial alpha comma alpha. That's why for this polynomial, number of zeros are 3, not 2. Okay, students. Ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic polynomial, second degree polynomial. It should have 2 zeros. It should have 2 zeros, but you can't say 2 real zeros. So how many real zeros are there is depend upon the values of a, b, c only. Simply you can say that you have 2 zeros. Those 2 may be pure real zeros. Those 2 may be complex. Okay, 2 situations will arise. 2 real zeros or 2 complex zeros. Okay, because you can't say 1 real 0, 1 complex. That is not correct. Always complex zeros appear conjugate in pair. For example, alpha is 1 0 complex 0 for any polynomial. Automatically it conjugate, sir, alpha star also it's 0 only. Okay, second degree it will have 2 zeros. Okay, 2 zeros. How many are real? How many are complex? Is depend upon the values of a, b, c. So this is a quadratic expression. Let it be y. Now we want to draw the graph of ax square plus bx plus c equal to y. Here provided a is not equal to 0. A is not equal to 0, then here 2 cases will arise, a greater than 0 or a less than 0. A greater than 0 or a less than 0. Just take some values. For example, x square minus 2x plus 3 equal to y given. So this is equation involving 2 variables. Find some solutions of this equation. Plot those points on a coordinate plane. You get the graph of x square minus 2x plus 3 equal to y. Using that graph, you can identify how many real zeros exist for that polynomial or that quadratic polynomial. Okay. So if a is greater than 0, the graph of ax square plus bx plus c equal to y. Actually, the graph of ax square plus bx plus c equal to y is a parabola. Graph is parabola. If a is greater than 0, the parabola open upwards. If a is less than 0, the parabola open downwards. Okay. Now, this is a coordinate plane. So, this is a parabola. how many real zeros exist for this parabola is depend upon this position on the coordinate plane. Okay, the parabola may be like this, or the parabola may be like this, parabola may be like this. In this situation, a greater than 0 case, ax square plus bx plus equal to y, graph will be this 3 cases. In this case, it intersecting the x-axis at 2 distinct points. You can say that there are 2 real zeros. In this situation, it is touching the x-axis. You can say that it have 2 real zeros which are repeated. For example, this point is alpha comma 0. You can say that alpha are the zeros of that polynomial. This is alpha comma 0 and beta comma 0. I can say alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial. So in this case, this graph is never touches the x-axis, never intersect the x-axis, never touches the x-axis, means we can say that there is no real zeros for this polynomial. Okay, in this case, a less than 0 case, here also 3 cases will arise. Okay, this x-axis, y-axis, this is the parabola intersecting at 2 different points. You can say that two distinct real zeros exist for that polynomial. Here touching the x-axis, for example, at alpha comma 0, you can say that alpha comma alpha are the zeros of that polynomial. So here what happened? The parabola is not touching the x-axis, means there is no real zeros for that polynomial. In this way, you can find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial by using coordinate plane. Okay children, here I have an example problem. Find the zeros of x cube minus 4x. It is a third degree polynomial in x. It should have 3 zeros. Among those 3, you don't know how many real or complex. Just you want to find zeros. Zeros in sense here, I want to find real zeros. Okay, so 2 methods are there with us to find the zeros of this polynomial. One is algebraic method. Another one is graphical method. Algebraical method means just we need to equate it to 0 and we want to solve for x. Okay, how many real x exist? We can say those many zeros exist for that polynomial, and what are the values of x we will get, those are the zeros of that polynomial. Another graphical method. Let y equal to x cube minus 4x and draw the graph of y equal to x cube minus 4x on the coordinate plane. So where that graph intersects the x-axis, from those points we need to take x coordinates. Those are the zeros of that polynomial. Okay, first of all, algebraic method, method 1. Let x cube minus 4x equal to 0, or x is taken common, x square minus 4 equal to 0, or x of x plus 2 into x minus 2 equal to 0, because x square minus 2 square, no? A square minus b square, a plus b into a minus b. So this is in the form of a into b into c equal to 0 here. A into b into c equal to 0 means either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0 or c equal to 0. Okay, so I can say that x equal to 0 or x plus 2 equal to 0 or x minus 2 equal to 0. Means what is the meaning of this? X equal to 0 or x equal to minus 2 or x is equal to 2. So zeros are 0, minus 2, 2. Algebraically, we got 3 zeros for that polynomial. Okay children, y is equal to x cube minus 4x. We want to prepare solution table. xy minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 also. Okay, x is equal to minus 3, minus 27, yeah, plus 12, I think minus 15, x equal to minus 2, 0, x equal to minus 1, x equal to minus 1, minus 1 plus 4, 3, x equal to 0, 0, x is equal to 1, 1 minus 4, minus 3, x is equal to 2, 8 minus 8, 0, x is equal to 3, I think 15, 27 minus 12. So, I want to plot these points on the coordinate plane, or you can say ordered pairs. x comma y, minus 3 comma minus 15, minus 2 comma 0, minus 1 comma 3, 0 comma 0, 1 comma minus 3, 2 comma 0, 3 comma 15. These are few solutions. You can't say that this is only the solution. There are infinitely many solutions. Here x is any real number, automatically y also another real number. Okay. These are few solutions. Minus 3 comma minus 15 somewhere down, somewhere here. Minus 2 comma 0 here. Minus 1 comma 3 somewhere here. 0 here. 2 comma 0. Sorry, 1 comma minus 3 here. Next 2 comma 0 here. 3 comma 15 somewhere. Okay, observe here. Values of x taken from minus 3 to 3. Minus 3 here. Minus 2. We need to join like this. After that this. After that this. This. And this. So this is a rough sketch of x cube minus 4x equal to y. So clearly this graph showing that this graph is intersecting x-axis at 3 different points. So this intersect x-axis at the point minus 2 comma 0, 0 comma 0 and 2 comma 0. Their x coordinates are taken as zeros of that polynomial. Therefore 2 comma 0 comma minus 2 are the zeros of this polynomial.